So imagine that you offered people, here's the offer. Offer one. You don't matter. It's a really, say, the narrowest of materialist viewpoints is you weren't here, then you were for a brief period of time, and then you're gone, and that all washes out in the endless sands of time. Nothing in your life is significant. Nothing about humanity is significant. Nothing about the world itself is significant. It's all a matter of blind, random chance, and it's all the same in the end. Who cares in a million years, right? And the price you pay for that is insignificance. But the advantage that you gain from that is that fundamentally you have no responsibility, because nothing you do matters. And so then there's no moral burden, there's no obligation. And of course, if you can gather expedient pleasure while you're deteriorating pointlessly, then that's all to the good. So it's a libertinism as well. And that's inviting, obviously, because short-term pleasure is by definition inviting. And so you can abandon any pretension to a relationship with the infinite and consider that only a sign of delusion and weakness. Assume that your life is material and irrelevant, it doesn't matter. And then you can shrug off all responsibility and pursue short-term pleasure. Well, there's some real advantages in that. It's a very easy pathway. The alternative is, as far as I'm concerned, is no, you don't understand. You are the center of the world. A center of the world. It has many centers. And you do partake in this process of casting the potential of the future into the reality of the present and the past. That's what your consciousness does. And the quality of what you produce is dependent on the ethics of your choice. Your choice between good and evil in every moment is what determines the course of the world, and that's on you. It's like, well, that's deeply meaningful, but it's unbelievable. It's ultimate responsibility in the literal sense. And I think that in order for us to set things right, we have to understand that we have to take on that burden of ultimate responsibility, as if it's, not only as if it's ours, which it is, but as if there isn't anything better that we could do. And one of the things that I found so gratifying about the lecture tour that I've been doing is that, and why I keep doing it, the live events in particular, because we've done about 100 of them now so far, is that when I explain to the audiences, and this is especially true, seems to be especially true of men, but of young men, but not so young even, to say, look, you have an ethical obligation to lift the heaviest load you can possibly conceive of, and that's the primary call to adventure in life. And that call to adventure is so worthwhile that it justifies the particularity. Everybody, it's like lights go on. They think, oh, I see. So you need a meaning to set against the suffering and to protect you against that temptation towards malevolence. You need that. Well, where's the meaning to be found? Well, it's not happiness. It's not short-term pleasure. It's not self-development. It's not self-esteem. It's none of those things that are so focused on the individual psyche even. It's literally the stumbling uphill towards the city of God with your burden. And people go, well, that's where the meaning is, and they know that because they know responsible people. They know they admire responsible people. They already got that. Say, well, that's what you should become, and they think. And not only that, that's what you could become, because that's what you are in the deepest sense.